StockPulse newsroom here, and we are talking Group 11 resources. That's ZNG, Toronto Venture Exchange, GRLVF, and the OTC markets in the state. And I've got Bart Jaworski here, the CEO here. We're going to run through the latest news here, working in Ireland. So, Bart, thanks for taking the time here. I want to dig into the current day activities of the company. Before we do that, for those not familiar, drilling in Ireland, not every day you hear that one here. So, I want you to take a step back here and kind of walk us how you put the deal together, and then we'll get into the current day activities here. Some nice intercepts you've got.
Well, thanks for having me on, Rob. Pleasure to be here, and hello to all your listeners. I'm a geologist and mining analyst. I've got 25 years in the industry. I was with Raymond James for about 9 years out of Vancouver, and my wife is Irish and she wanted to move back home. So I got a job at a broker here in Dublin in 2012, and I was covering gold and a bunch of other stuff for about 3.5 years. But then I realized here I am in zinc country, and the outlook for zinc is looking really hot. This was about 2015. LME inventories were going down fast. Mines were shutting down in Ireland and Australia. So I teamed up with 2 other Irish geologists and decided to basically form a company from scratch in 2015. And we basically took it to Vancouver listing in 2017. We got a very good land position around that time. And then we were lucky enough to get Glencore as a major shareholder in 2019. Then we started hitting some really excellent holes. Next door to Glencore is Palace Green deposit, which is one of the largest undeveloped zinc deposits in the world. It's 45 million tons, around 8%. And that got the attention of Mike Gentile in July of 2020. So then we got Mike on the register in a big way. So he's now the number 2 shareholder. And here we are. So we've been very busy, and this year actually marks the most amount of drilling we're going to do in any given year since inception. 6,000 meters, 2 drill rigs. The nice thing about Ireland is you get to drill all year round, as opposed to say some of the northern areas where you've got a 2-month, 3-month window. So we're looking forward to a very busy year.
Yeah, not much respect out there for you juniors in the market, unfortunately, but the work continues on here. So let's get into current days. So you laid out some nice activity going on here, but you put out some news here, some nice intercepts at Telecondra here near your PG West project. So yeah, get into those and what that means, and then we'll talk about moving forward.
Yeah, this is one of the newest additions to the ground position. We have a large ground position in the Limerick area of southwestern Ireland, and it's known for its zinc. Ireland has some of the largest zinc deposits in the world, and it's also interesting that there's some copper in and around on the south side of this kind of zinc belt in our Limerick area, and that's quite unique. And there's actually 3 known copper silver deposits historically, and we own now all of them. It's all under our belt. And the third one we've acquired is called Telecondra. And the first one was called Gortrum, and it was actually mined out as an open pit back in the 60s and 70s. The second one's still sitting. The third one is still sitting. The third one is the one that we're going to talk about. We drilled through part of the historic resource, but 50 meters away from any other drilling historically. And we managed to hit 130 meters, 0.5 copper and 21 grams silver. That's definitely the best hole ever drilled on that property. And it's got grades up to 5.4% copper, up to 639 grams per ton silver. And it's just an all-around stellar hole. And we weren't expecting something that good. Plus, the bottom of that hole is a brand new zone that has never been identified before. So we're very happy with it. We got zero love from the market because I think the day that we announced it, the market was going down in a big way, unfortunately. But it is something where I think if anyone takes a look at it, it's going to be quite an interesting hole, because not only is there copper silver there, but it's all part and parcel of the whole land play. So there's Glencore, South 32, ourselves with the largest land position. We've got these zinc prospects, we've got zinc resources in the area. And now we have copper historic resources, which appear to have some life and legs on them. So basically what that means is, even if we don't find the big kahuna target, which we're searching for, we're looking for $1 billion type of target. right next door as a mirror image to Glencore's Palace Green deposit. If I had a map, I could show you, but it's basically, kind of a doppelganger of Palace Green. It's just symmetrically on the other side of the circular volcanic feature. And we think we have the sort of the mirror image of Glencore's deposit on our side of the property position. So even if we don't find that, that's $1 billion target. So let's just say we don't find that. There's a whole bunch of other smaller deposits, which we think we can hub and spoke together, have a central facility somewhere in that part of the world, pick out where it's, minimal environmental impact, the best for the community, and there's roads everywhere, power everywhere in Ireland. There's, we're close to tidewater. It's a really good situation. So I think, fast forward 10, 20 years, that's the kind of vision I have for this area, is that we can find a number of even smaller deposits and be able to mine them underground all together, all trucking to a similar facility, and hopefully all working together, in the camp.
So you laid out earlier here, I guess, how the work looks here through the rest of the year. So I guess kind of reiterate that 2 drill rigs, 6,000 meters, drilling all year long. You paint a picture of a busy company here. So I guess if we're toasting one here on New Year's Eve, how'd things go?
I suppose I would say, we've got drilling now on 2 key targets, 2 near-term discovery potential targets, one of which is Carrick-Kittle. And we just recently intersected 10 meters at 20% there. That was in July 2020, and we followed that up with a number of high-grade hits. So that's one area. And the second area is called Ballywire. And Ballywire, we were drilling some really good smoke, and then finally we hit some fire last year. We got 3 meters at 12%. And that's something that's, okay, wow, we're onto something here, we think. And that's kind of a discovery hole. That was a 200-meter step out, hit some massive sulfide. It was definitely by far the best thing that's ever happened in that area. It hasn't been drilled. It's right on the main regional structures of Ireland. And that's number 2. So that's our second really interesting target that we're hoping to hit on. And by Christmas of this year, we'll hopefully, have some, fingers crossed. You can never guarantee these things, but that's our target, is to find something meaningful there in the next, call it 2 quarters. And yeah, hopefully follow up on those and maybe get some copper and silver kicks as well if we go back to Telechondra. Like I was saying, to follow up on that 130-meter hole of 0.5 copper, 21 grams silver.
Oh yeah, you paint a picture of a nice year, Bart. So appreciate you taking the time here again. Bart Jaworski, he's the CEO here of Group 11. You got ZNG, Toronto Venture Exchange, GRLVF, and the OTC market in the States. So, hey, Bart, appreciate the time, and we'll certainly look forward to tracking your success.
Sounds good. Thanks for the opportunity, Rob. Appreciate it.